Hi guys, how are you? I hope you are fine. Today we are going to talk about HSRP. The HSRP is the load balancing protocol. It's a Cisco priority protocol. The HSRP the same of GLPP, but not in the same way, but in different something. How does it work? And what's the difference between HSRP and VRRP? All these things we are going to talk about in this video. As you remembered, I talked about GLPP in the last video, and the GLPP maybe it's quite little bit difference between HSRP and GLPP. Just a quick snapshot about what we did in GLPP. The GLPP, it depends on virtual MAC address. Maybe we have here 5 PCs and we have 3 edge routers, and we have the destination router here, router 4. I want to make a ping from these PCs to this destination, and each PC will take a different route, or each group will take a different route. In GLPP, router 1 was the AVG, and the router 1, the AVG router, it's responsible to give the virtual MAC address for each PCs. Also in GLPP, each PC has the same virtual gateway, but in HSRP, if we want to make a load balancing, we have to make a different virtual gateway IP address for each group of PCs. And now the HSRP here, I put PC1 and PC2 in the same group, or to use the same virtual gateway, and also PC3 and PC4 will use this virtual gateway, and also the last one, PC5 here, I want to use this virtual gateway for this. And also, as you know here, as you see here, the virtual gateway 10.0.0.50, it will be for router 1, and 10.00.40 it will be for router 2, and 10.00.30 it will be for router 3. What does that mean? That means this PC1 and PC2 will use the path of router 1 to go to the router 4. Why? Because I use the IP virtual gateway here, 10.0.0.50, for PC1 and PC2 to go to the router 4. So PC1 and PC2 will use this path to go to this destination. PC3 and PC4 will use the path through router 2, because I put 10.0.0.40 as IP virtual gateway, which is actually for router 2, 10.0.0.40. And the last one, PC5, it will use the router of router 3 to go to the destination of router 4. So this is a brief of what I want to do in this video. Also, we are going to talk about if this fast Ethernet 00 goes down, what will happen? Why? Because PC1 and PC2, the active route, it will be through router 2. So what will happen if router 2 goes down, or if this fast Ethernet 00 goes down? What will happen? PC1 and PC2 will not or cannot go through router 1 to the router 4. So what is the standby, or what is the backup route? What is the standby route for HSRP in HSRP? For this reasons, and also PC3 and PC4, if fast Ethernet 00 here in router 2 goes down, what will happen for PC3 and PC4? What will be the new path for this group? So in this cases, I used 3 conditions here. Look at this: the condition number 1, and the condition number 2, and the condition number 3. And also to have or to achieve these conditions, I want to use a different priority here. I will use the highest priority 200, the second one 150, the last one I will use it 100. So we want to make a corresponding between this information, the priority, and these conditions. So before I explain these conditions, I want to talk about just a little bit about the priority here. As you know, the HSRP will choose the active way or the active path or the active group by the highest priority. The highest priority will be the active one. So I want to use the highest priority to be active, the second one 150 to be standby, and the last one to be in the listening state. So in HSRP it will be one active router and one standby. The other one will be in listening state. So look at the first condition. I want to be, if router 1 goes down, if this router 1 goes down, I want to router 3 to take over the action of router 1. What does that mean? That means is the PC1 and PC2 naturally, in natural way, they will use the router 1 path to go to the destination of router 4. Sorry. But if router 1 goes down, maybe this fast Ethernet goes down or this fast Ethernet, something happened to this link, PC1 and PC2 will directly go to the router 3 without any disruption of router 1. Router PC1 and PC2 will go to the router 3 and you will use the router 3 to go through it to the router 4. So how can I achieve these conditions with this priority? In this router, the highest priority of a group 1 here is because PC1, PC2 it will be in group 1, PC4 and PC3 it will be in group 2, and PC5 it will be in the group 3. So the priority of group 1 here it will be 200, and the priority of a group 1 on router 2 it will be what? 100. And the priority of group 1 in router 3 it will be 150, because I want router 3 to be the backup or to be the standby of router 1. So I want to use the second highest priority. Here is the second highest priority for this router. So router 2, so this is the first conditions, and the second condition it will be if router 2 goes down, router 1 here will take over the action. How can I achieve these conditions? Also by the priority. Router 2 it will be in the group 2 for group 2. So the priority of group 2 here in router 2 I will use the highest priority here because I want router 2 it will be the active, and because router 1 it will be the standby of router 2, I want to use the second highest priority 150 for group 2, yes, to be the standby, and the last one in router 3 it will be 100 for group 2. So if I did this I will achieve these conditions. The last condition is if router 3 goes down, router 2 will take over. If router 3 here goes down, router 2 it will take over. So the router 3 it will use the, for PC5 it included, which include the group number 3. So I want to use the highest priority here for group number 3, 200, and the second one it will be 150. So group number 3 here in router 2 it will be 150 to be the standby of router 3, and the last one it will be 100. The priority of group 1 of group 3, sorry, group number 3 it will be 100. So I want to be the listening state, because if something happen here, maybe router 2 it will goes down, router 1 will take over. So I want to talk about the tracking also. So in this link I don't need to be tracking because it will use the HSRP configuration. I want to put it in this fast Ethernet 00. and the tracking I want to use it in fast Ethernet 01 in each router. So what will happen if fast Ethernet here 01 in router 3 goes down, or something happen to this link? What will happen in this topology? So let's get started now. Sorry, what's that? Let's get started, because I'm using the mouse pad. Something like this happens, so don't worry. No, so go to the router 1. Just I want to check if I have any configuration here. Show stand by brief, so it's clean. I don't have anything here. So conft, I want to get in fast Ethernet 00. Now I want to use HSRP. I want to use type standby. So as you said here, we have 3 groups: group number 1, group number 2, and 3. Group number 1, it will be for these PCs. Group number 2, it will be for these PCs. Group number 3, it will be for PC number 5. And each group, it will has a different gateway of virtual IP virtual gateway. So it will ask about the group number here, group number 1, and the IP virtual gateway it will be used. Here is it. It will be used for this 10.00.50. That's it. And also standby 1. I want to use the priority here because I want router 1. It will be the active route for these PCs. So I want to use the highest one, as I said before. And also don't forget to use a preempt. Preempt here, it's very, very important to take over the action if router 1 come back again. So standby 1, it is we see this message. Look at this. It's come from standby state to the active state. So also preempt here, it's very, very important. So we finished. This is a standby, the group number 1. So we are going to put or to add number 2, group number 2. So standby group number 2 with IP, this IP, virtual IP gateway will be this 10.00.40, 10.00.40. Now group number 2, what is about the priority here? As I said before, I want a group number 2. Here is, what is this? Look at this. And router 1, for router 1, I want to use the priority here 150, because I want to be, if router 1, look at this, if router 2 goes down here, router 1 will take over. So I want router 1, it will be the backup or the standby of router 2. So I want to use the second highest priority. Also, don't forget to use a preempt, because a preempt here also it's very, very important. And I needed for tracking also, because in tracking it will change the priority. So here's a standby number 2 preempt. So I put a virtual priority and the preemption. So that's it. Now to the last one, group number 3, the IP of virtual, it will be 10.0.0.30, 10.0.0.30. And what about the priority here? The priority, it will be the last priority 100. Why? Because router 1, it will not be the active, or it will not be, sorry, the standby of router 3. The standby of router 3, it will be router 2, because my condition says this: if router 3 goes down, router 2 will take over. So router 1, it will not be the backup of router 3. So I want to use the lowest priority here, 100. And also don't forget the preemption also. So that's it. I finished. I want to write just to write my configuration to save it. So let me show you here before I go to router 1 to router 2. Sorry, let me show you something here. Stand by just without a brief. Look at this. Fast Ethernet 00. This is a group number 1 and it will be the active state. Look at this. So this and the virtual IP address 10.00.50, and look at this. Look, this virtual MAC address AC01. That's mean this router it use the HSRP protocol, and the group number 1 it will be it's 1 because number 1 here is 01. It means for group number 1. And also here, look at this, preemption is enabled, so that's good. And also the standby router is unknown until this moment because we didn't finish router 2 and router 3 yet. The priority here 200, and the group number 2, look at this, it's still also active because we didn't finish yet. So let us finish the configurations. Router 2 enable, just to standby brief. Yes, it's clean, we don't have any configuration yet. Interface fast Ethernet 00. Yes, and let's from start the group number 1 and the IP virtual gateway is 10.00.50, so that's easy. Now the standby one, this is the priority here. What is the priority for group number 1 on router 2? It will be the 100. Why? Because router 2, it will not be the backup, or it will not be the standby of router 1. The standby of router 1, it will be router 3, as my condition said here. Router 1, router 3, it will be the standby. So the priority of router 1 or the group 1, the priority if a group 1 on router 2, it will be the lowest one, it will be 100. Also, don't forget the preemption here also. Yes, now let's go to the group number 2, IP virtual gateway, it will be 10.00.40. And also here, the priority here, I want to use the highest priority, the highest one, because I want router 2, it will be the active route for group number 2, so 200. Also, don't forget the preemption here. Now group number 3, the IP virtual 10.00.30. Now the priority for group number 3 here and router 2, it will be 150. Why? Because I want router 2, it will be the standby router of router 3, because my condition says if router 3 goes down, router 2 will take over. So I want router 2, it will be the backup of group number 3. So it will be 150, it will be the second one, because the highest one is 200. The second one for standby, it's 150. So just, and don't forget the preemption here also. So I think here we finished. Don't forget to save your configurations. Now let's see here what's happened. Show standby brief. Look at this. Now I have router 1 here. As you remember, it has the 200, so it's the active router for group number 1, and it will be the second one, it will be standby because I have 150 here. Look at this, show standby brief also for, I want to show you just to make combination. Look at this. Look, yes, I have here active router 200 and here's 150 for group number 2. So here's router 1. What is he said? He said, hi guys, I'm the active router for group number 2, for group number 1, because I have the highest priority. So now, as you see here, if router 1, he said router 1, look at this. Hey guys, router 1, he says, hey guys, I'm the active router for group number 1 because I have the highest priority, and also I'm the standby of router 2 because I have the second highest priority of router for group number 2. Here's it is a standby, still a standby, because I didn't finish group number 3 configurations. So I want to go to router 3 to complete the configuration here for HSRP and enable show standby brief just to make sure if I have anything. Nothing. So interface fast Ethernet is 00. Now I want to standby group number 1, the virtual IP gateway. It's 50 10.0.0. That's 50. Look at this about the configuration, about the priority here. The priority, it will be what? In the router 3, it will be so here's the priority. What is the priority here? I want to use router 3, it will be the 150. Why? Because I want to router 3, it will be the standby of group number 1. Yes, here's because my condition, if router 1 goes down, router 3, it will be take over. It will be the standby of router 1. So that I want to use the second highest priority, 150. Don't forget the preemption here, it's very, very important. Standby, so group number 2, IP virtual gateway 10.0.0.40. And also here is, what is the priority here? I want to use the priority, the lowest one, because I use the highest one on router 2. Yes, because I used the highest one on router 1, sorry, because router 1, it will take over if router 2 goes down. So router 3, it will be in the listening state for group number 2. Don't forget the preemption here. Also the last one is group number 3 with IP virtual gateway 10.0.0.30 standby 3, and the priority here, I want to use the highest one because I want router 3, it will be the active router or the active group for group number 3. So like this, and don't forget the preemption here. So until this moment we finished our configurations. We want to verify our results. Go to the router 1 and let's begin show standby brief just to see. Look at this. Look, here's router 1. Router 1, it's the active router because it has the highest priority for group number 1, and he said I'm the standby for router 2, or for the group number 2 I'm in the listening state of router 3. Go to the router 2, show standby brief. Look at this. He said I am the active router for group number 2 because I have the highest one, and I'm the standby for group number 3 because my condition says this: if router 3 goes down, router 2 will take over. So router 2, it's the standby of group number 3 because it has the second priority, the second highest priority, 150. Go to the router 3, show standby brief. Look at this. He said, hi guys, I am the active router of group number 3 because I have the highest one, and also I am the standby of router 1. If router 1 goes down, I will take over the action of router 1 because I have the second highest priority here, 150, and I am the listening for group number 2. So that's good. Let me show you just standby without brief, just in details. Look at this. I'm in router 3. Router 3 for group number 1, who is the standby. Look at this, he is the standby, and the IP virtual gateway of group number 1, it's 10.10.10.10.00.50, and also the virtual MAC address is AC01 for HSRP, and also the active router here is 10.0.0.1. it is the active router of group number 1. Look at this, group number 1, because it has the highest priority here. He said standby router is local for group number 1 and the priority is 150. Yes, that's good. Look at this, group number 2. He said I'm in the listening state for group number 2, and the group number 2, it has the IP virtual gateway this, and this is the virtual MAC address AC number 2. Number 2, that's mean group number 2. So, and also the preemption is enabled here, and also the active router is 10.0.0.2. yes, the group number 2, the active is 2 because it has the highest priority here, and the standby of group number 2, it's group number 1. Look at this, 10.0.0.1, and the priority here is 150. yes, that's very, very cool. And the last one here, so in fast Ethernet 00, group number 3, and he said I am the active router of group number 3. So and also my virtual IP address is this 10.0.0.30, and the virtual MAC address means AC03. 03, it means group number 3, and also he said preemption is enabled, and also the active router is local, and the standby of router 3, it will be the router 2, because my condition says this: if router 3 goes down, router 2 will be the standby, will be take over the action of router 3 because it has the second highest priority, and the priority of group number 3 here in this router, it's 200. So that's good. So let's have a fun now. We want to ping from each PC here and make a trace route to see the path or the correct path, and if my configurations works fine. So go to the PC1 and go to the PC2 just to save the time. Enable PC1, here's same shot. I want just to show you IP route here. PC number 1, look at this. In PC number 1, because I don't have in GNS3 here's a PC, I used the IP virtual, the IP default gateway, and I used the IP virtual gateway and I put it as the gateway last resort, and also I used the static route with this destination 10.0.0.50. So just I want to show ARP. Yes, it's clean. I want to make a debug ARP here just to show the actions, how my configuration works. I want to make here a ping to 125 to this destination 125.00.4. so sorry, .4, and look at this. Look, yes, use this virtual MAC address, use AC0.1. that means PC1 use this way, use router 1 to go to the router 4. So that's cool. Now let's see here in ping router 2 0.0.0.4. let's see, look at this, very, very good. Use this virtual gateway, yes, AC.0.1. so now just to check out, we want to use a Traceroute 4, and I want to use here because it will take maybe a little bit time. I want to make it together to save my times. Just here's, look at this. It must use the router 1, it must use 10.00, yes, 10.00.1, yes, like this. He used 10.0.0.1, yes, and also here, so that's cool. So that's very, very cool. So my configuration in the first group is good. Now let's see the another PCs. Go to the PC 3 and PC 4 also, to make it together. Yes, and also I want to show you, just show IP route. Look at this. I used also, this is the second or the virtual gateway of router 2 for group number 2. And also here we want to use debug ARP to see the action. Debug ARP also here. And PC number 3, I want to make a ping to 1.5.0.0.4, and also here ping, but I don't want to hit enter until see this, what happened here. Let's see. Yes, look at this. The virtual MAC address is AC0.2. So this means that let me just do PC number 3. It goes through router 2 to go to this destination. So the PC number 3 uses the this virtual gateway number 2 for group number 2. Yes, 10.0.0.40. So that's good. Now let's see, and now hit enter. We must see the same action, the same result. Look at this, that's good. So they use PC4 and PC3, they use the group number 2. Now let's check by Traceroute, and now here by Traceroute. Yes, it must use 10.0.0.2. yes, that's good. Here's, look at this, 10.0.0.2, and also here 10.0.0.2, and that's cool. Here in PC4 it's fine, it's fine, and also in PC3 it works fine. So that's good. Let's go to the PC number 5 here, the last group. It's group number 3. Naturally, simply, it will use the router number 3 for its path. Now show IP route just to make check. Is it use this? Yes, the correct virtual IP virtual gateway. That's good. Now to make debug ARP. Now I want to make a ping to 10.25.25.0.0.4. Now look at this. What is, yes, look at this. We have this group. So PC number 5, they used the AC03. It means group number 3. So that's good. Let's check it by Traceroute. Now that's good. Let's see, now it must use the router 10.0.0.3. So let's see. Yes, that's cool. That's very, very good. Yes, and we'll come back again. Yes. So as we see here, each group uses or used the specific group or the specific router to go to this destination. PC1 and PC2, they use the router 1. PC3 and PC4, they use the router 2. And PC5, they use the router 3. So this is in the natural way. So this is in the natural case without any problem. So what will happen if fast Ethernet 00 here goes down? What will happen? As my condition said, if router 1 goes down, router 3 will take over. So PC1 and PC2, they will use this path. So let's check this. Go to the router 1, and I want to make shutdown just for this interface. Before I did this, I want to show you just, here's what happened. Show standby brief. Look at this. And I want router 2 also. Show standby brief before I make this shutdown, because I want to compare between the results. Show standby brief also on router 3. So now let's to go to the router 1 and shut down the interface. Look at this. I want to shut down this. I don't want to shut down this fast Ethernet, because in this way I want to use tracking. So now make shutdown. Let's see what will happen now. Yes, look at this. Group number 1, it's from active to initial. Look at this. Group number 2 from active, from standby to initial. That's good. And also, let's see what happened. Show standby brief. Look at this. All groups here becomes initial state, because this fast Ethernet 0 goes down. So what happened? So what is the new way? Is the new way is router 3 or router 2? My condition says the backup, it will be the router, sorry, my condition says if router 1 goes down, router 3 will be the standby, because I use the second highest priority. So go to the router 3 and want to check it. Just look at this. Group number 1, it becomes from standby to the active. Look at this, from standby to the active. And also group number 2 from speak to the standby. Group number 2, it becomes from listening state to the standby state. Look at this. Show standby brief. Look, so that's good. So router 3, it becomes the active router. Look at this, the active router for router 1. And router 2, it becomes standby. It converts from the listening state here, look at this, to the standby state. So that's good. So let's ping from PC1 to this destination. It will use this way, not this path. So go to the PC1. So make traceroute to 125.0.0.4. I want to see just the path. Look at this. Must use this path 10.0.0.3. So let's see. The first packet, it's for ARP request. The ARP response. So yes, that's good. Look at this. It used 10.0.0.3. PC1 go or use this route without any disruption of router 3. So that's very, very fine. So now what will happen if router 1 becomes active again? Look at this. I want to just go to this. Yes. So go to the interface faster than 00, make no shut. Yes. And show standby brief to see the results here. Look at this. Becomes active because I used the preempt. Now make it again, and the router 2, it will become the standby. So that's good. So that's very, very good. Now we are going to talk about the last topic, is the tracking. How can we use track here? And I want to, if fast Ethernet 01 here goes down, what will happen? I don't want to make a loop, or I don't want to make any problem or any disruption in this in my actions. So I want to use track. So router 1, hey, he says, hey, please be attention, be aware, if anything wrong happen in this line, please tell the others, yes, to change their priorities, or router 1 will change its priority, yes, and tells the others and what is the backup route. So how can I did this? I want to go to the router 1. It's the same thing of GLPP, but in HSRP it's most simple. I don't want to use weighting, and I don't want to use the upper and the lowest weight. Just what I want to use is tracking with decrement. So conft, I want to go to the interface fast Ethernet 00 and make standby number 1. Look at this, I used group number 1 here. Why? Because I don't have to use group number 2, because router 1, it's the active router of group number 1. So I want to make tracking for group number 1 just. You can use for group number 1 and 2 and 3, but here in my case, I want to use just group number 1. So I want to use track, and track for fast Ethernet 01 here. I want to use this tracking for fast Ethernet 01. If fast Ethernet 01 comes down, please decrement the priority. Why? Because I want to use the decrement value. Look at this, 200. I want to just to calculate it very carefully. I have the highest one is 200, and the second one it will be the 150. So I want to the active router here, it will be the priority. I want it to be its lowest than the second one. Yes, I want to use the lowest 150. So I want to use 100 maybe and 45, 140, just 148, like this. I don't want it's the highest, or I want to use the lowest or the lower than the second priority, highest priority. So I want to use just 55, because 200 minus 55 it will equal 145. So that's what I want. So now make a track here, just exit. So that's good, that's very good. Now I want just to show you here, show standby brief. Look at this, we have very good. Now go to the conft. Now just I want to go to the router 2 also. I want to make this configuration here, interface fast Ethernet 00. I want to use standby. Here is group number 2, because the router 2 it's the active router of group number 2, like this we have see here. And we make track for fast Ethernet 01 with decrement value 55. So that's good. Just I don't need in router 3, but I want to do it. Just to conft interface fast Ethernet 00 standby number 3, with tracking fast Ethernet 01 with decrement 55. So I want to shut down this fast Ethernet in router 3. What will happen if fast Ethernet 01 here goes down? That's mean router 3 it will goes down, and my condition says if router 3 goes down, router 2 will take over. So router 2 it will be the standby or the backup. So let's see what will happen. Go to the router 3. before that I want to show standby brief just to compare between outputs. Interface fast Ethernet 01 shutdown. Look at this. Look at this. Yes, interface tracking, he make a tracking. So, and also it will must be decrement the priority. Look at this. From 200 it becomes 100, sorry, it becomes 145. Here's the group number 3 becomes from 200 to 145, and it converts to be the standby. Yes, not to the active. So what is the active router? The active router, it will be the router 2. So go to the router 2. Let's see, just to minimize this, and go to the router 2 here. Let me show this. Show standby brief. Look at this. It becomes the active router of router group number 3. Why? Because it has the highest priority. Yes, because 150 is higher than 145. So now I want to check this, just to go to the PC number 5, and now in the natural way PC number 5 it goes through router 3, but because router 3 it goes down, this fast Ethernet goes down, PC 5 will use router 2 to go to this destination. So let's see this, to make traceroute to 25.0.0.4 to our destination. Let's see. It will use yes, the second newest one. Let's see, look at this. He used this. Yes, 10.0.0.2. 10.0.0.2. Now it will become just, yes, look at this. It used 10.0.0.2. That's good. So he used the new path. So that's good. Now what will happen if router 3 comes up again? So go to the fast Ethernet 01 and make no shot. Yes, it will be the tracking working again. Yes, and now show standby brief. Look at this. It used the highest one, it's 200, and the active one is router 3. So that was that. That's everything. I want to talk about the HSRP. We talked about how make a load balancing with HSRP with different virtual IP gateway. It quite little bit different of GLPP, because GLPP it used the virtual MAC address and the same virtual IP address for all PCs. So that was that, and I hope this video it's good and beneficial for everyone who wants to know about HSRP. So just the last thing I want, just remember it. It's about the VRRP. The VRRP is the same of HSRP. The VRRP, but in different two things. The VRRP, the preamble, it's by default. So I don't need to put the preempt command for VRRP, and also the VRRP it doesn't use the tracking, so there is no tracking in VRRP, but in the same configurations and the same terminology of HSRP. VRRP and HSRP is the same. So that's everything I want to say it, and I hope this video is good. And I very open to receive any questions and any interpretation about the HSRP, and I hope you to understand it. So have a nice day and goodbye.